Okay, so this is my 2003 Civic EX. I bought this car about a year ago now, and let's just say she's kind of like your ex, okay? She's got a lot of problems. Now we're gonna go over those problems today, and I'm gonna be using this channel to document me fixing all of the problems and doing some extra stuff along the way. So let's get straight into it here. So starting off with the front end, the headlights. They are super old. These are just some eBay headlights. The main issue is you can actually see that there's water on the inside of the headlight there. It's also making it yellow, so it's not very good for visibility. They don't look good either, so definitely want to swap those out. Next up on the hood here, we've got some little dents here and there, which I'm not too worried about. We do have hood pins on here that I did have a shop install for me. I'm gonna have to do a story time about them because it was quite an interesting dilemma that these hood pins caused me here, but for the most part, they're fine. This left side though is more problematic. So normally to open a hood that has hood pins, you push this button here, slide this up, and that takes the pin out of that little red piece right there, and that's what lets you open the hood. Now on this side, it doesn't go so smoothly. When we push that button and we lift this up, it doesn't go all the way out of that little red pin. So you actually have to use a pry tool to move it out of the way and let you open the hood. It's pretty annoying, and that's gonna probably be an annoying fix, but we'll figure it out. Next up, we got this driver's side door here. I had a little bit of an incident leaving a fast food drive-through one time. The whole mirror came off. I did the most redneck fix that you could think of, literally just bolted it on there with 2 screws just to get me by until I can figure out a better way to do it, which is to just buy a replacement and just switch out the whole mirror there. I also had to crazy glue this actual mirror back into the assembly, so very, very ugly setup there. Definitely gonna wanna buy a new one and then paint it and then switch that out. Moving on the exterior here, you'll also notice the car is lowered. Wasn't really done in the best possible way though. The suspension is completely cooked. So we actually have a little bit of squatting going on, like the back is a little bit lower than the front. Honestly, I'm not really too well versed on suspension, so I'm gonna need your guys' help here. I think it's like, I see red springs in there, so it might be lowering springs. It could also be like cut springs. I'm not 100% sure, but we're gonna need to definitely change that out. Put some nice coilovers on there and do honestly a full suspension refresh is what this is gonna need on both the front and the back. So very unpleasant driving experience. Any little bump on the road, you're gonna feel it, and it makes a lot of noise. Moving on to the back here, we got the taillights. The taillights aren't too bad. We do have a little chip right there, but luckily water doesn't get in through that chip. It's still kind of sealed right there. If you look really closely, there's like little bugs that you can see in there. I'm not sure if that'll pick up on camera, but little like spiders and stuff have crawled in there, which really bothers me. I'm not even sure how that happens, but they're in there. Moving on to this side on the exterior here, this little door lock fell into the door. Now I tried to fix that one time, but it didn't really go so smooth. It's almost like it didn't want to come back out. So that's another thing I gotta fix. Luckily this side's mirror is in good shape. It seems like it's a little, doesn't fit good, but we'll have to figure that out. That's it for the exterior, I believe. So now let's take a look in the engine bay and see what we're working with here. And then like I said, this side comes up super easy like that. And then this side gives us issues. So as you can see, we pop that open and it doesn't fully slide out. So I literally have to use a pry tool and kind of hit it like this. There you go. We just move it a little off to the side there and it clicks out. Now we can pop this open. Here we have our engine bay. Now it's obviously really dirty. That's one thing I want to change. I want to do a full detail in the engine bay here. There's a lot going on. Hot air intake, definitely want to switch that out for something better. That's probably not helping our horsepower too much. We do have a few leaks. Oil, we're either burning oil or leaking a bit of oil. I do have to top it off every like 500 miles. I have to go in and just make sure we're not going under there. Maybe a seal or something is not holding up there. Not 100% sure. We do have a power steering leak, so every so often I have to top off my power steering reservoir, make sure we're good there. We do also have a coolant leak. Now, we're not leaking from the radiator, so we're not overheating. However, this overflow reservoir, every so often I have to check down there and top it off. It's kind of random. Like sometimes I'll check it and I'll go months without it going down. And then sometimes I'll look and it goes down like really rapidly. Not sure at all what's going on there. Maybe some hoses are leaking. I'm hoping it's not a head gasket. This car, 7th gen Civic, is notorious for having head gasket problems. I don't have any white smoke coming from the exhaust though, so really I'm not sure what it is. But overall, not too shabby. We do have the stock D17 in here. These headers, eBay cat. The cat's broken, storing a check engine light code. But yeah, definitely could use some touch-ups here. You might be wondering why I installed hood pins in the first place, and it's actually because our radiator support here cracked. As you can see, there's a huge crack there. I don't even think that's connected anymore. So this isn't doing much. And I put a bunch of zip ties here so that the hood wouldn't fly up, but we do have the hood pins now. I just want to get them sorted before I commit to doing a full hood latch delete. So moving on to the interior, we do also have a missing panel in the back over there. I just need some clips for it. I have the panel in the garage. And the floor is really filthy. It's very stained down there. So we're gonna need to steam clean the entire floor. Maybe there's a leak or something. I don't know how it got that dirty in the first place, but definitely gonna need to clean that up. Other than that, interior isn't too bad. Let's pop that open. First issue, you have to freaking Iron Man Hulk strength open this thing up because we don't have any suspension on here. I'm not sure how that gets replaced or how to fix that or what. I tried using these springs to try and prop it up. Obviously they're not working, so super annoying. Every time I have groceries, I have to use this metal rod here to prop it up. So let me go ahead and do that now. And then we take a peek down here and we've got a ton of rust and there's water in here as well. All these cables are from a sound system that the previous owner installed, so they're not actually hooked up to anything. No good. We got a water leak in the trunk as well. Another issue with the interior I forgot to mention is our tint is peeling off, so we're gonna have to get that re-tinted. Another small issue, driver's side door lock actuator broke, so this is no longer automatic with this. Normally we push this down and it would click down on its own, but this went bad in here, so we're gonna have to switch that out. It still works on the passenger side though, as you can see. I'm gonna flick it up and down. That one still works. Might be going out too. It doesn't look like it goes down all the way. It is a 5-speed manual. Transmission isn't too bad. So we're pretty good in all the other fronts. Now this exhaust setup, man, this exhaust setup sucks. Super cheap exhaust on there. It's the cheapest one that you can buy on Amazon. I was super broke when I first bought the car and it didn't come with an exhaust. It was just open headers. This was a project car that I'm kind of reversing and we're trying to turn into like a nice clean OEM plus daily driver. Exhaust sucks. Let me give you a little startup so y'all can hear it. So as you can see, it doesn't make the prettiest noises, so we'll swap that out for a nice exhaust too at some point. Overall, it's not the worst car in the world. I do use it as a daily driver to get to work, but I do want to fix up all the problems that it has and make it a nice clean little showstopper that I can bring to car meets and such. And then one day we'll do a K-swap and turbo as well. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.